guys, welcome back. Today's going to be another real talk, get ready with me. I'm not picking the products that I'm using today because they are from a certain brand or they are going to create a certain look. I'm just getting ready, but I wanted to fill you guys in on what's been going on. So in May, I told you guys I'm going to start my foundation while I'm talking to you. This is the YSL Tint Touche Éclat in B30 and Smashbox Studio Skin 15-hour hydrating foundation in 2.2. You can see, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I mean, I'm down to like the bottom on both of these foundations. I'm trying to use them up. But in May, I was telling you guys about my heart problem, my dizziness issue that I've been having. I really wanted to give you an update so you're not like super worried about me. Okay, so if you didn't watch that video, I'll just give you the quickest recap I can. On April 22nd, I was just sitting in my office. I stood up to walk from one room to another in our house, and I got like incredibly dizzy to where I could like barely stand, and it was just awful. And then after that point, I was having problems where my blood pressure was really low, and my blood work, I went to the doctor and my blood work was normal. Everything was normal. And that's kind of the worst case scenario, because if it was something bad, she would have just said, okay, you need to take an iron supplement or, you know, whatever. But it got worse. It got to the point where I couldn't even stand. I couldn't walk. I couldn't drive. I got dizzy when I was driving. And so they sent me to a cardiologist. I had an EKG. I had an echocardiogram, like an ultrasound of the heart. And then they scheduled this other test, a tilt table test, for 6 weeks out. So when I left the cardiologist in the beginning of May, it left me with a prescription and my blood pressure, and I was supposed to take my blood pressure a lot and wear compression stockings. I was told to take this medicine and that it should get better in the meantime, but basically that medicine was for orthostatic vitals, when your vitals change when you stand up or sit down, or lay down and get up and that kind of thing. So the medicine didn't really help. I thought I noticed improvement right away. My blood pressure regulated itself, kind of like I started, every time I took my blood pressure throughout the day, it was normal, or, you know, within a few of normal. It could be like 120/80. Mine was like 90/55 a lot of the day until I got that medicine. And I started feeling the same though, like that didn't help. So I knew that the problem that I was having wasn't my blood pressure, but it could have still been a heart issue. So I called the doctor and I said, okay, this is ridiculous. I have to scale the walls. I have to like walk touching the walls, holding the walls throughout my work. At a work meeting, I had to like get up and sit on the floor because I was afraid I was going to fall out of the chair. I couldn't drive to the office because I just, every time I turned to the side to like change lanes, I got like super nauseous, like, and not nauseous like I wanted to puke, and not like I actually was going to fall over, because I kind of felt confident after a month of this that I didn't actually fall over. So it was like, it was not that it was in my head, but like, if you just believe, okay, you haven't actually passed out yet, so just like try to remember that, you know, whatever. So anyway, I was just uncomfortable and miserable. So I called the doctor again and I said, okay, this medicine isn't working. And they said, all right, we're going to send you this other medicine. So I went to the pharmacy and picked that up. I started taking that. I took that one. So I took the first one for about 2 weeks, and then I started this other one. And I thought that made me feel better. Like I started realizing, okay, I'm a little better. I can maybe drive now. I was still driving like half as much, you know, as needed. I wasn't just like driving to go to Target, you know, I was like driving when I had to. I'm going to do a mixture of concealers. This is the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer in light medium, and then this is Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer in medium. So I'm going to like do a little bit of this. But yeah, so I got that other medicine, but then I realized, and the doctor said, these are as needed. He said, if you need it every day, take it every day. If you don't need it every day, don't take it every day. Like it, I have the control to make that choice. So, I decided one day, I was off like Memorial Day weekend. I was off like 5 days straight where I didn't have to go. I didn't work in the office. So, I'm just using my foundation brush, and then I'll use my finger to like perfect this. So I went, I purposely, you know, decided to do it then where I didn't have to drive, I didn't have to go anywhere. I stopped taking the medicine just to see if it was making a difference, if I felt better or worse or whatever. Well, little do you know, I stopped taking the medicine and I got better. Not 100%. I would say I feel 80 to 90% better in the last week or two when I stopped taking the medicine. So I haven't taken the medicine since like the end of May, May 20 something, May 27th, May 25th, something like that. And I have felt 80 to 90% better. So I am able to drive, I'm able to walk, I'm able to function. Once in a while I do have to just stand still for about 30 seconds and kind of, you know, not like catch my breath, but it almost looks like that where I'm like, okay, you know, like then I can move. So I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Brightener and Well Rested coffee break. You guys know Coffee Break with Danny, her channel. Coffee Break with Anastasia. Yeah. So I still have that tilt table test where they strap you to a table and change the angle of the table to see when your heart reacts when you nearly pass out. Basically to trigger a reaction. So either you have no reaction and they inject you in your IV with medication to create a reaction, or you go into the reaction on your own, which means your heart rate like shoots up really quickly, you vomit, you pass out. So they're trying to initiate that reaction. If you don't have it, then they're gonna make it happen on there with medicine. So they want to watch my heart like response. They put an IV in one arm, the blood pressure monitor, and they do those little stickers all over your chest and stuff, and then start tilting the table. So I have to check into the hospital on June 21st. I'm going to be admitted. And then they're going to, well, that's really brightening. Holy cow. Okay, I'll try to like warm it up with some bronzers and stuff. So they're going to admit me at 11. And then I should be home by like 3 or 4 p.m. So my husband's going to drive me and everything. I don't really know much else about the test. I just know that the procedure I don't think is till 2 o'clock. So I'm admitting at 11. I don't know what they're going to do. Pump me with fluids, but I have to fast and I can't drive. And I don't know what medication they're going to give me. I guess it depends on if you go into a reaction on your own, then they probably won't give you that much medication. But if you don't and they have to create your heart rate problems, are going to give you like, I don't know, caffeine or some kind of medicine to like shoot through your blood. My hair looks different. It's because I just pulled out a bunch of loose pieces and I'm tucking them. Well, that's cute. I'm going to tuck them behind my ears for now, but I also put gel in my hair just now. So if it looks like wet or whatever, that's why, but it'll dry. I did the no heat curl technique yesterday and wore my hair in the little headband. And so my hair is slightly wavy, not like curly like last week. One day last week I did the curls in the headband. I'll tell you what I'm using in a second, but I did my curls in the headband and seriously, like I started the headband really high and took really small sections just to see what would happen. My hair was like, boom. What did I film? I filmed like a get ready with me that was really fast, really sped up in silence with no voiceover or anything. So if you see that one of my hair is like super curly, that wasn't with a curling iron or curlers. That was just a headband. So yeah, that was just a demonstration of how much that headband technique curls your hair if you want it to. But this is the other extreme, which is like you can barely tell my hair's wavy. And some people probably prefer this. It's just like looser beachy waves. But yeah, I'm using the It Cosmetics Brow Powder. It Cosmetics Brow Power Universal Eyebrow Pencil. This is universal, so this is pretty dark to me. But you can use a very light hand and it's supposed to work for everybody. I don't know if I believe that though, because to me this is too dark. Like, I don't love it. But yeah, I like that it has a spoolie on the other end and everything. I would still say for the price, I'd go buy a Brow Wiz from Anastasia and like kind of be able to choose your shade, but personal preference, I guess. I'm taking my foundation brush, which just broke. It's old. It's a Sephora Professional, what is it called? Mineral Powder Brush, number 45. I don't think they even make this anymore. I've had it for years. So I'm just going over my brows because when I had accidentally like kind of drawn outside of the lines of my eyebrows, I went like this with my fingers to like clean up on my skin, and that kind of removed some of my foundation around my brows. And also this is lightening them because I didn't like how dark they looked. Okay. NYX Control Freak brow mascara, or eyebrow gel. Anyway, so yeah, I have that test on the 21st, and then what's crazy is that 2 days later, I leave for a 15-day vacation. So I'm hoping that they'll give me the results of this test like before I leave for vacation. If not, like if they'll do it over the phone. I don't want to have to wait 2 or 3 weeks for, I don't want to wait 3 weeks till I get back into Arizona in order for them to give me the results. So hopefully they'll do that over the phone, but I'll schedule that when I'm there. The Too Faced Endless Summer 16-Hour Bronzer. And this is a crown brush. It actually came in a, like a little brush roll. And I really like the brush. It's like interesting. I don't have anything else like it. It's kind of like a blush brush, but it's smaller. So I feel like I have a little bit more control. So I like to use it for like bronzer and contour. So I'm kind of using this for both my bronzer and contour. It is a warm toned color, but I like it anyway. So yeah, I'm hoping that this sickness, dizziness, whatever you want to call it, doesn't affect my honeymoon too much. We were planning on doing some stuff that might be bad. So right now what I have found is while I'm not 100% better, you know, like I said, I'm much better. Anytime I get my heart rate up, so like sometimes when we're walking the dog, I'll start racing my husband, like I'll start running, and it's just like a playful thing that we've always done. But then, because I feel better, like I don't feel like I'm sick or anything, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, whoa, you know, like I'll run for 20 seconds and then I have to stop because I feel like dizzy. So I know that it's not fixed, it's not better, but I can definitely function now, which is good. An improvement, so I'll take it. I'm using a Tarina Tarantino blush palette. This is the Doll Skin Cheek palette. And there's just some really pretty purple pinks in here, and that's what my dress is. It's like purples and pinks. So I'm going to use that. That's a bit bright. I'm using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Skin Twinkle Lighting Palette, and I'm using the shade Sunlight, which is a champagne gold highlighter, not the pinky one. So some of the things that we were going to do on this trip that might cause my heart rate to get up or may freak me out a little bit. We were going to go zip lining in Minnesota. One day we went in the pool, and the wave, like the motion of the pool, like other people were swimming. I was like, I gotta get out of here. Like this is just too much for me. I'm using the other side of the brush that's clean, and I'm actually just blending out the blush and bronzer and stuff together just to make sure it doesn't look like too much right now. So yeah, the pool was too much motion, and so we were gonna go on a harbor cruise and in the water at the beach and stuff. So we're gonna be in California and then Chicago and around the lake too. So yeah, so it worries me a little bit, but like it's not a huge deal. I'm not really an adventure person. This is my always off makeup cloth. I'm just gonna wipe off the foundation from my lips. I'm not an adventure person. Like I'm not a roller coaster lover. I'm not one of those people that likes adventure. I'm pretty happy watching at the base of the roller coaster. Like I don't feel like I missed out. I'm good. I'm going to prime my eyes real quick. I'm wearing Gerard Cosmetics Pouty Princess. This one's more of like a pearly, like a frosty light pink. You see the light in the cap illuminating my face. Using this Jessie's Girl Backstage collection, the Neutrals Natural Nudes collection. It's just like a little eyeshadow palette. Using this cool toned transition shade. I'm doing that like right in the crease. And just slightly above. I'm using one of the slightly lighter shades. It's just a couple shades different from my skin tone. Right above that, so towards the brow bone. It's a BH Cosmetics brush. It's like a pointed brush with the lightest shade from this kit. Use that under the brow bone and on the inner corner of the eye. I am not on any medication, but I'm going to bring my medication with me in my luggage just in case I decide I want to take it, or if I go have the tilt table test done by the cardiologist and then I'm on my vacation, they call me and say the results are ready, you need to get back on that medication. I'll bring my blood pressure monitor with me, of course. I'm using the Maybelline Color Tattoo 24-Hour Crayon. This is in 720 Lilac Lust. And it's just like the most gorgeous, I'm going to pull up my eye just slightly, most gorgeous like frosty lilac color. I'm just coloring that right on the lid, and then I'm going to use that brush I used in the crease again to blend it out. But this is why I wanted kind of a cooler tone pink lip, because I'm doing purple. I'm using the e.l.f. crease brush and doing another layer of blending. I went ahead and finished one eye just for the sake of time, so I know this video is already super long. And then I took the Maybelline Color Tattoo again and touched up the lid shade, and then I took it on the lower lash line. About 2/3 of the way in. You can see it's not that obvious once you get mascara down there. I used the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette, and I used the shades Jammin' and Jelly, which is this dark shimmery purple and the bright purple. I used the domed pointed brush from BH Cosmetics, and I just drew like a V out here. Kind of accentuate that outer V. And I wiped off the brush on my little towel here, and then I went into the brighter purple, the jelly shade. Applied that right where the dark purple meets the lid shade to kind of help blend those together. And then pointed that in the crease a little bit as well. Blending brush again. Blended the upper side because that's the most important to me. And then I'm going to apply some liner. Today I'm using Plum Liner. This is by e.l.f. It's the e.l.f. Waterproof Eyeliner Pen in Plum. This is the Stila Huge Lashes Extreme Wear Mascara. Just applying a light coat to the lower lash line. I'm using the Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner in Violet. Just a really pretty purple for the tight line and waterline. So I just did a light dusting of powder, and now I'm using the MAC Fix Plus setting spray. So this is the finished look. Ignore the little like splash marks on my skin right now. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.